welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a share for a collab I'm working with Beth at Bourbon Creek Crafts. We are doing the Crafty Christmas collab again, and there's a whole bunch of us joining. And this is the paper I decided to use. I pulled it out of my stash that's been sitting there for a very long time. I think this is, I know often they'll say when it was copyrighted, 2012. So this is from 2012, this paper pad. And it has matching stickers. And I just pulled some other things that I thought would go with it. But I'll just show what's in it, what's in the paper pad. And the idea is to make 4 projects using a paper pad from your stash, a Christmas paper pad from your stash. Or I guess if you don't have a stash, I guess you would probably just buy one and use it. But lots of us have huge scrapbook stashes, and I'm actually in the process of thinning mine down. I never thought I would get to the point where I would want to get rid of any of my stash, but I think there was someone that just said something about if it makes you feel guilty when you look at it, it should probably go. And that's kind of what the amount of stuff, I guess not everything, I don't feel bad about having a lot of it, but the amount I have just makes me feel burdened that, oh, how am I ever going to use all of this up? And so I have been going through my stuff, picking out what do I really love. Like, if the way I'm kind of looking at it is, if I pick it up and I can imagine making something with it, like instantly, like the project that I would make with it, then I will keep it if I still love that particular paper, because I've bought a lot of things that were kind of current at the time, but it really wasn't my style, but I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to be current. And so I bought this stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I bought that I didn't really love. And some of it I just bought for the sake of having a whole line of something. And when I went through a lot of my paper, I looked at it and like, can you imagine the project that you're going to make with this? And if I couldn't imagine what the project that I was going to make with it, it's going. So the stuff that I've had in storage, I've gone through, I think I've reduced it to almost half, which is pretty big for me because I worked at a scrapbook store. I saw everything new that came in. I probably bought everything new that came in almost. So yeah, I've been going through that, going through my stash and really making the hard choices to just let it go. And actually, a lot of it hasn't been a hard choice. Like, there was stuff that last year I decided to thin out what was in my room, and I put a whole bunch of stuff into storage containers, mouse-proof storage containers, and put it in my garage. And so this year I decided, you know what, we're going to go through it. Do I still think this stuff is worth keeping? And surprisingly, half of that stuff I was ready to let go. So it does help if you find yourself burdened by it. Just pack it away. If you can't get rid of it right away, just pack it away, have a look at it again, and maybe by that time you're ready to let it go. But I understand, like, I am totally one of those people that sees a project in just about everything. So yeah, it was interesting to know that I was ready to let go of a lot of stuff. And some of it, because I wasn't around people that were using more, like, my style is very much the vintage Victorian Rococo, like very that kind of thing, and I do like some modern things and stuff like that, but some of the paper that I had bought, like, it really wasn't me. Like, I can't stand the colors of the 70s, like the orange and the brown and all those like mustardy yellows and stuff like that. I don't like that combination together. Like, I don't like that. And I found that I had quite a few paper packs that were kind of in that color theme, And yeah, it wasn't hard to let go at all because it wasn't really something that I loved. It was just something that I felt like, oh, it's, at the time it was something to do. So, but anyways, let's go through this paper pad and I'll just show you the papers that are in it. I haven't used anything of this, but because it's so old, it's kind of let go of the glue on that's been holding it in the paper pad. So yeah, we have this really nice border thing. And I think I definitely want to make an album, and that's why I kind of brought in some other things for it. So I want to make an album and probably some cards and maybe some other little gift things. We'll see what I come up with. So this word paper, we've got this really nice, I love papers like this. This is kind of my thing. And papers like this, not so much, but they can be used as accents. I don't mind that. Love gingham. Okay. Plaids, I love plaids. Dots I'm kind of on the fence about. Like this wouldn't be my favorite, but I love this. So, and then we have all these cut aparts that we can use in our album. They're really nice size for a mini album. And then we've got this. More cut aparts. So yeah, I definitely have to figure out what kind of album I want to make, because I'll show you some of the other things that I want to add to it. And more cut aparts. More cut aparts. All of you know who know Simple Stories have a lot of different cut aparts. So we've got border strips. Lots of border strips. And more cut aparts. So that's the paper pad. And then when I bought the paper pad, I bought the matching stickers. And I'll just zoom this back out again. So I bought the matching stickers. So we've got all kinds of things to add with that. I have to say that alphabets I don't really use in mini albums or cards. I use them more for scrapbook pages, of course. And yeah, so I mean, I guess if I'm actually putting pictures in the album, then I will put the words, but we'll see. Maybe I'll step out of my comfort zone. And then we have this sheet with numbers mostly. So this is great for December dailies. So I was thinking maybe the album might be in a December daily form. I'm not sure. We're still in the thinking process. And then I pulled some craft cardstock to make all the bases of anything that I make. So if I make an album, it'll be the construction will be this, and then I'll add the papers. Or if I make cards or whatever, this will be the base, or accents, or border, or mats, or whatever. And then I thought, I went through my stash and I dug out all these laces that I have, and I thought they just went so beautifully with the paper. So I've got many different kinds of laces. I found this twill tape, a couple of things of twill tape, some more ruffled lace, some more crochet lace. So I found all of those. And I have a whole bunch of muslin here, and I love this frayed edge. So I'm thinking I might use some of this frayed edge somewhere in it. So that is the paper, and then just stay tuned and I will show you the first project that I have with this paper pad. Alright, I am back and I have made a couple of cards out of the paper pack. And so the first card is this one. And so what I did is I just used the craft cardstock for the base, and then I used some of the fabric. I just cut a piece and frayed the edges. And then there was a piece, a cut apart piece that I took from one of the larger cut apart pages, because I generally don't use those for mini albums. And this was really hard to do a smaller project first, because usually I do the mini album first and then whatever's left over I use for cards and stuff. So I was trying to think what I wouldn't use in the mini album, so that's kind of how I was going at this. So I didn't have enough time to do the mini album first, so yeah, hopefully next week I'll have the mini album done, and then I can go from there. But I just decided to make a couple cards. So we used some of the lace that I had, and I found this tree in my embellishments die cuts box that I had from a different project that I think I pulled it apart because I didn't like the project and just kept all the usable pieces off of it. And then I had this wooden snowflake that I had bought a couple of weeks ago. I have a haul video, Dollarama haul video. This one was broken, so I just tucked it behind the tree. Yeah, and I used one of the stickers from the sticker sheet to make this card. Very simple card. The inside is blank. Most of my cards are always blank inside. And then the second card, I have these envelopes too in my stash as well, so it helps me use those too. So the second card, I took that salvage piece of the fabric and layered 2 pieces of that over top of one another, and then another piece of that crocheted lace with the ribbon through it. And then again a 3x4 cut apart piece, and this was a border that had another piece on top of it, so I just shortened it. I can use this on a different piece, maybe another card that I'll make during this series. And yeah, I used the rest of the border from this plaid stripe here, and I found these snowflakes in my stash. I think they came with another other embellishments that went with it, like probably some poinsettias or whatever, and I used the poinsettias, but these I didn't quite want to throw away, but I didn't really know what to use them for, but they go perfectly on with this paper, so we'll probably use more of them throughout the challenge. And yeah, that is my first project, and hopefully next week, yeah, I'll have the mini album done. And if you want to see what everybody else has done, check the description box below. There's going to be a list of all the participants, including Instagram, who are involved in this collab, and go check out all their videos. Leave a comment below to tell me what you think, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.